If you thought you already knew everything about Yu Menglong's mysterious death, think again. Because what was recently uncovered from never-before-seen CCTV footage taken during his final party has changed everything. What looked like a glamorous, star-studded night filled with laughter and music has now turned into one of the most chilling and heartbreaking mysteries in the Chinese entertainment industry. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll see how the final hours of Yu Menglong's life were far from ordinary. You'll learn what the cameras caught that no one noticed, the shocking sequence of events that unfolded behind those glittering lights, and the haunting truth hidden in plain sight. So don't blink, because every second of what you're about to hear matters. The story begins on a breezy Friday evening in Shanghai, a night meant to celebrate success, not end in tragedy. The venue was an exclusive rooftop bar known only to insiders, Azure Skies Lounge, perched atop a 52-story luxury building overlooking the Huangpu River. That night, the city lights shimmered like stars scattered across the earth, and inside, some of China's most recognizable faces mingled: actors, influencers, producers, and a few powerful figures who preferred not to be photographed. Yu Meng Long, dressed in an elegant dark suit with his signature gentle smile, appeared calm, collected, perhaps even radiant. To the guests, he was the same charismatic star who had captured hearts on screen. But as later revealed through CCTV angles and leaked private recordings, that smile may have been hiding something far deeper, a storm brewing beneath the surface. At exactly 9:17 p.m., Meng Long was seen entering the VIP section with 3 close friends. The CCTV timestamps match what the club's manager described. He looked happy, but there was something unusual about his tone that night. The cameras caught him ordering a round of champagne and joking with his co-stars. But the laughter was short-lived. Only minutes later, one of the guests, a female model known in the circle as Lin Zhao, whispered something into his ear that made him pause, glance toward the far end of the room, and lose his smile entirely. The CCTV footage zoomed out as if fate itself was trying to hide what happened next. A shadow, blurred by the lighting, appeared briefly in the background. Investigators later enhanced the frame, revealing the silhouette of a man in a grey suit, someone not on the guest list. No one seemed to notice him at the time. But his presence, fleeting yet deliberate, would become one of the biggest turning points in what followed. The party continued. Around 10:03 p.m., the music softened, and the crowd gathered near the balcony for a toast. In a now viral clip from the recovered footage, Meng Long can be seen lifting his glass high and saying something inaudible, perhaps a short speech. But what the CCTV audio later picked up, faint yet distinct, was him muttering under his breath, "This might be my last one." The words were dismissed as a joke by those near him. But when paired with what came after, it no longer sounded like one. By 10:45 p.m., guests began to loosen up, laughter grew louder, lights dimmed, and the rooftop air carried the faint scent of rain. That was when Meng Long was seen heading toward a restricted section of the rooftop, the one that led to the upper mechanical deck. Only 2 other people followed him, Lin Zhao and another man identified as He Chen, a music producer and one of Menglong's oldest friends. The CCTV from that section, though grainy, showed what appeared to be an intense argument. At first, it was just gestures, hands raised, defensive postures, but then Meng Long stepped back, shaking his head repeatedly. Lin tried to reach for him, but he moved away toward the railing. For a moment, all 3 disappeared from the camera's blind spot, and when they reappeared, Meng Long was gone. The official report claimed it was an accident. But that's where the newly leaked security footage from the maintenance elevator changed the narrative completely. In that second video, timestamped 10:47 p.m., an unknown person in a grey suit was seen leaving the upper deck through a service door just minutes after Menglong's fall. His face was hidden under a cap, and he carried what appeared to be a metallic briefcase. He walked calmly, too calmly for someone who had just witnessed a tragedy. The shocking part? This man was later traced to a private firm linked to the production company Meng Long had been in dispute with weeks before his death. For months, the public believed the tragic fall was a result of emotional distress or exhaustion. But the CCTV trail tells another story, one involving manipulation, betrayal, and perhaps even silencing. Let's rewind just a little. Days before the party, Menglong had reportedly received a strange message, an anonymous voice note warning him to keep quiet about something related to an upcoming film contract. He confided in his assistant, saying he felt someone was watching him. His assistant brushed it off, thinking he was just stressed. But when compared with the CCTV timestamps, that fear feels chillingly justified. In the bar's parking lot footage, captured around 11:02 p.m., two black sedans were seen leaving simultaneously, one belonging to He Chen, and another registered under an offshore company later discovered to have connections with entertainment investors abroad. The most chilling detail: neither of those cars appeared in the official police report. Fast forward to the CCTV from inside the emergency stairwell, and you'll notice something haunting. Menglong's shadow appears one last time at 10:44 p.m., pacing, holding his phone, and looking toward the exit door. His phone light flickered for a few seconds, and then darkness. Later, that phone was found shattered, with data mysteriously wiped clean. Who erased it? Why? And what was on it? A tech expert who analyzed the metadata claimed there were clear signs of tampering. Someone used advanced forensic software to remove files remotely, likely within minutes after the fall. Meaning someone knew exactly what to erase and exactly when to do it. By midnight, word began to spread that Yu Meng Long had fallen. Some guests were escorted quietly out of the building. Others, especially those with contracts tied to the same company, were reportedly asked to keep the story simple before authorities arrived. Surveillance tapes were collected, or so they thought. But what no one realized was that one of the external CCTV cameras from an adjacent building was still recording. That footage, leaked months later, shows the rooftop moments after the fall, two figures leaning over the railing, whispering, then walking away quickly before emergency responders arrived. Who were they? One matched the height and build of the man in the grey suit. When the clip surfaced online, fans flooded the internet with theories. Some claimed Menglong was trying to expose a secret business deal. Others believed he had uncovered an underground operation within the film industry that certain powerful people wanted buried. Regardless of what the truth was, one thing became undeniable: Yu Menglong's death wasn't just a random accident. Every frame of that CCTV feels like a puzzle piece, a coded message from the past screaming for justice. In a haunting twist, just days before his death, Menglong had uploaded a short, melancholic piano video to his social media captioned, "When the music stops, what remains is the silence that tells the truth." At the time, fans thought it was poetic. Now, it feels prophetic. His close friends later admitted that he had been different those last few days, more reflective, distant, almost as if he was preparing for something inevitable. His personal journal, retrieved from his apartment, contained an unfinished sentence on the final page. "If I disappear, look for the video." The video could be referring to the very CCTV footage now circulating among investigators, the one revealing the unseen truth. As experts continue to piece together the timeline, more disturbing coincidences keep surfacing. Phone logs deleted at the same minute the fall occurred, missing text messages from key witnesses, and unexplained gaps in the club's internal footage. The more you dig, the more it seems that someone or something was orchestrating a cover-up. And yet, even through the chaos, the final moments from that night captured something unexpectedly human. A short clip, never shown publicly, reveals Menglong standing by the railing just seconds before his fall, looking out over the glowing city below. For a brief, heart-wrenching instant, he closes his eyes, smiles faintly, and whispers something inaudible. Then he vanishes from sight. Was it a goodbye? Or was it a cry for help that no one heard? The answers may still be buried under layers of manipulation and fear, but one thing's clear: the unseen truth is no longer hidden. With every leaked video, every recovered frame, and every voice that dares to speak, the world gets closer to understanding what really happened that night. And maybe, just maybe, justice will finally find its way through the static of those silent cameras. Now, what do you think really happened at Yu Menglong's final party? Was it a tragic accident, or was something darker at play? Could the man in the grey suit be the missing link, or just another pawn in a much larger game? The air on that rooftop was electric: laughter, champagne bubbles, camera flashes, and the hum of whispered conversations that carried secrets only the powerful dared to share. Everyone thought it was just another elite celebrity gathering, But what none of them realized was that every second of that night was being recorded, and every smile had a shadow behind it. As the CCTV footage plays back in slow motion, the atmosphere almost feels staged, as if someone had carefully choreographed every movement, every glance, every sip. The lights glowed a soft gold, bouncing off the glass walls that enclosed the rooftop. But behind that beauty, something darker was brewing, a tension so subtle that only the cameras caught it. At 9:37 p.m., Yu Meng Long was seen standing alone by the bar counter, swirling a glass of whiskey. His reflection shimmered on the marble surface. A waiter approached, whispering something that made him look up sharply. His lips moved, forming just two words: "He's here." The camera panned toward the elevator entrance, and there he was again, the mystery man in the grey suit. He stepped into the frame with an unsettling calm, his face partially hidden by the low light. What makes this moment bone-chilling is how Menglong's body language changed instantly. His shoulders tensed, and his smile vanished completely. No one at that party noticed it then. But from the CCTV footage, it's clear something shifted. The energy of the room dipped for just a few seconds. Even the background chatter seemed to fade, replaced by faint static picked up by the audio system, almost like the air itself went cold. By 9:45 p.m., the crowd had thinned near the balcony. The live band was playing a slow tune, and guests began to drift toward the dance floor. Menglong, however, moved to a quieter corner near the glass railing. He was joined by Lin Zhao, the model with the silver dress that reflected the city lights. From the footage, it looks like a friendly chat at first. She laughs, he smiles faintly, but when you zoom into the footage, his hand trembles as he sets down his drink. Later analysis revealed something unusual. The drink's color slightly darkened within seconds, suggesting it might have been tampered with. What's more, in another camera angle, you can see the gray-suited man briefly brushing past their table moments before. Coincidence, or calculation? At 10:12 p.m., the tension in Menglong's eyes became undeniable. He leaned against the railing, staring down at the glittering city far below, lost in thought. Lin tried to distract him. She gestured toward the bar, suggesting another round. He shook his head. The CCTV audio barely picked up his voice, but a few words escaped through the noise. "It's too late now." Those 4 words sent chills down investigators' spines when the footage was analyzed. Moments later, another strange occurrence: the rooftop's side security camera flickered. It went dark for precisely 18 seconds. When it came back online, Menglong and the man in the grey suit were standing just meters apart, both looking tense. The music drowned out their voices, but body language experts later concluded it was an argument: sharp gestures, defensive stances, and a step forward from the grey-suited man that made Menglong recoil slightly. Then, the man turned and walked away. The next 3 minutes of footage are almost unbearable to watch. Menglong stood completely still, eyes following the man until he disappeared into the elevator. He exhaled deeply, then ran a hand through his hair, visibly shaken. Lin approached again, touching his arm, trying to speak, but he barely responded. He took out his phone, typed something, paused, then deleted it before sending. The question remains: what was he about to say, and who was he about to say it to? Fast forward to 10:40 p.m., the exact minute that would become a permanent scar in the timeline of his life. CCTV cameras from the upper deck caught the trio, Menglong, Lin, and He Chen, moving toward the restricted mechanical section. The wind was picking up, the soft hum of the city below replaced by gusts that made the rooftop lights sway slightly. In the footage, Menglong looked agitated. He gestured toward the exit, pointing at something beyond the camera's frame. He Chen tried to calm him down, but Menglong pushed past, his movements erratic yet purposeful. Lin followed, clearly frightened. She reached for his hand, but he pulled away, stepping toward the far edge. And then it happens. A sudden, muffled sound, not a scream, not a shout, just the dull clunk of something metallic dropping, followed by the flicker of the lights. For 2 terrifying seconds, the footage cuts to black. When it returns, Menglong is gone. The most unnerving part of the footage comes immediately after. The man in the grey suit reappears from the shadows, standing at the far end of the deck, watching silently as chaos erupts. He doesn't move to help. He doesn't even flinch. He just watches. Then, with calculated calm, he turns and exits through the maintenance door, his briefcase glinting under the light. It's the kind of moment that freezes your blood because it feels intentional, premeditated, like he knew what was going to happen all along. Investigators believe this was the moment the cover-up began. Staff members rushed to turn off certain cameras, claiming technical interference. Guests were quietly ushered downstairs. Phones were confiscated under the guise of respecting privacy. But that external CCTV, the one no one remembered, kept rolling. And it caught something no one can explain. At 11:04 p.m., as emergency responders arrived, two shadows stood at the edge of the rooftop. The taller one, believed to be the grey-suited man, handed a phone to the shorter figure before walking away. That phone was never recovered. Later that night, the city skyline remained as bright as ever, but somewhere between those lights and the silence that followed, the truth disappeared, hidden behind erased footage, conflicting statements, and powerful hands that didn't want this story told. Yet somehow, the footage made its way to the public piece by piece, like a message from beyond. And each clip revealed something the official story refused to admit. Yu Menglong's final party wasn't just a celebration, it was a setup. He wasn't running away from his life. He was trying to escape something that had already found him. And now, with every frame of that CCTV footage going viral, the world is starting to see what the cameras saw all along, the unseen truth. So, what do you think really happened that night? Was the man in the grey suit part of something bigger? Did Yu Meng Long know he was in danger, and was his final smile a silent goodbye to the world? Let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to read every theory, every idea. Do you believe this was a tragic accident, or do you think he was silenced before revealing something huge? If this story left you speechless, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more mind-blowing deep dives into the mysteries no one dares to talk about. And make sure you hit the notification bell, because the next part, the aftermath of the leaked CCTV, will expose the reactions, the cover-ups, and the shocking chain of events that followed Yu Menglong's death. Trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next.